Hello, welcome to another edition of Up the Reds. I said I was not going to do a video before the Newcastle game, but I thought I'd do one because a lot's been happening since our last game, or not enough's been happening, as some might put it. So let's get on to the press conference. Jurgen had some very interesting things to say regarding the way that we won the game, how well we played, etc. Then, obviously, the obvious question was asked about the transfers. He used ish. Never heard that being said from a manager before. So, whatever ish is, please let me know. Okay. He has said if something will get done, something will get done. He said it's difficult. There are players out there, they've got contract issues with their clubs, etc. So it makes it a bit difficult for to get things over the line. As it's progressing towards Thursday's 11 o'clock deadline, I don't think we're going to get the player that we want in. There might be too many obstacles in the way. Jurgen also said he can't wait for that 11 o'clock deadline, because once it's over, we can forget about it. He did also mention the people on social media, will disappear and forget about it. Well, they probably won't. They'll probably still be having a go at Jurgen, at the club, for not getting a player in. So that was interesting to hear what he had to say regarding that. And obviously, Scotty Parker got sacked after our game. I don't think it was anything to do with the 9-0. I think it's just basically he was just calling the club out, that saying, look, he wanted to strengthen the squad, and things weren't going to get better. With hindsight, he'll probably think he shouldn't have said that, and he should have given it a good go, but I can understand why he said that. And Jurgen mentioned he was surprised that he got sacked, but he says that's what happens when you have owners like Bournemouth, who just sack managers. So that was interesting. He also mentioned about transfers coming in, about how other clubs, or he went countries, are run, as in countries that buy football clubs. They want to push the boundaries out to meet their needs, which was very interesting to say. And he said, look, Liverpool have always maintained this transfer style of policy since he's been there. It's worked in the past. I'm sure it'll work in the future. The transfer fees have gone up. It's ridiculous. Players that we would normally go for in the £30 million bracket to develop for the longer term are now coming in at 60, 70, 80 million pounds. That's how much football has gone up in the especially in this transfer window. You've only got to see some ridiculous fees that the agents are making from these and the clubs themselves. Right, okay, on the injury front, we got some good news. Curtis is back, Joel's back, Jota's only around the corner, Thiago maybe another couple of weeks off. Callahan, the goalie, he'll be he's back. Ramsey, he's now back doing a little bit as well. So yeah, on the injury front, it doesn't look that bad at the moment. So we'll get in the next 2 weeks, and we'll need these players as well, because like I said, 18-19 games before the World Cup finishes. It's going to be 3 games a week. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it is going to be absolutely ridiculous. So we will need everybody available there. So getting on to our opponents, Newcastle. Well, they've got some injury problems coming into this game. I think St Maximin is 50-50. Obviously, Callum Wilson's out. A couple of midfielders are out. Speaking to a Newcastle fan, he is saying that we will win 4 or 5-0. I don't see that. I'm going to say at this point, Newcastle are a totally different proposition to what Bournemouth were. Newcastle are better in every department. So last time we had a 9-0 victory, I think it was 1989 against Crystal Palace. The next game Liverpool played, we drew 0-0. So I'll take a 1-0 at this stage. And the reason I say that is that the likelihood is going to be, if there's no injuries or anything to the players that started and came off on Saturday, it'll probably be the same lineup that we will start with. But the intensity has to be the same. And I hop on back to the supporters. We've got to be up for this game. We can't just turn up on Wednesday thinking, right, the lads are going to perform like they did against Bournemouth. We have to get behind them. I'm not going to the game. I'll be watching it. I'll be doing a VT after the game has finished, and we'll see what will come. Hopefully, it's going to be 3 points. Any other news? Just for me, I think we are going to be really up against I don't know, a lot of things being said outside of Liverpool, especially on social media. It's great, people have an opinion, and it's dead easy to put on there. I tend to ignore the transfer rumours on social media as much. People who interact with me on Twitter will know what my stance is on there. Once the transfer window does finish, let's put it to bed and hopefully concentrate on getting behind the Reds. Okay, so well, that's all I've got to say today. Okay, I'll speak to you guys tomorrow after the game. Another thing I just want to say, I've been saying that I'm doing this for a bit of fun, but some of you have been saying that I should be asking for people to subscribe if they like what they're listening to, get involved. So here we go. Here's my chance of saying, right, if you like what you're watching, please put a comment down below, and also subscribe. It costs you nothing, and the more subscribers I get, the better it must be for you guys. Okay, have a boss night. Up the Reds.